Doop-a-doo. Whoop, 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 whoop. What's this? Who goes there? What is this? How interesting. Oh, this must be the old inn that Miss Parker told me about. Good evening.
Young man, will you be quiet? These machines are very sensible. They pick up even the tiniest little noise.
Oh, sorry.
Again? You are an annoying fellow, aren't you? Are you a ghost hunter as well? You don't look like a ghost hunter.
I'm more of a ghost investigator. I'm pig investor, pig detective.
My name is Pinkerton. I'm a ghost hunter.
What do you actually do as a ghost hunter? Do you actually catch ghosts?
Catch ghosts? Are you mad? Ghosts are dangerous and very elusive. I've never seen one in my entire life. But I'm trying to hear one right now. Hence the machine. What I'm trying to do is record the ghostly sounds of Wienerwald Woods. Wienerwald Woods is famous for a very wily ghost that haunts it. I think I heard it howl over here a minute ago. Now would you mind shutting up and let me listen in peace?
What's this?
Welcome to the Wolperdinger Inn, sir. How can I help you?
What is a Walpoltinger?
A Wolperdinger is a mythical beast that inhabits the forest back in our home country. This inn used to be called Ye Old Inn, but we renamed it when the ghosts started to haunt Wienerwald Woods.
You rent out rooms here, I assume?
Yeah, we rent rooms to all travelers and strangers, but all the rooms are taken at the moment.
I see. Can you tell me anything about your guest?
Mr. Pinkerton hails from Boffington. He is a famous ghost hunter. He is here to capture evidence of the ghost that haunts Wienerwald Woods. He is usually outside with his sound equipment, hoping to record the gruesome sounds that the ghost makes.
I see. Can you tell me anything about your guest? Well, thank you for your patience.
Hello, stranger. Welcome to the Wolperdinger Inn, the most haunted inn of Wienerwald Woods. How can I help you?
The inn is haunted? Like by a ghost?
Wolfgang, there's a stranger here was asking about a ghost.
Johann, what is all the yelling about?
The ghost, Wolfgang. The stranger is asking about the ghost.
The ghost? You mean he does not know about the ghost? The Walpertinger Inn is famous for the ghosts.
Well, can you explain the ghost? I'm not from around here. I'm from Big Town.
Big Town? Are you saying our ghost is not famous in Big Town? That is a scandal.
After all the work Alfred has done advertising, we were hoping the ghost would be more famous.
I will tell you about the ghost. It is the ghost of Ebenezer of Boffington, a very rich flamingo gentleman, hundreds of years ago. Rich, but also very stingy. When he died, he buried all of his money. People came from all over the country to hunt for the treasure. Our grandparents built this inn, so the treasure hunters had a place to eat and sleep. Nobody found the treasure and they stopped looking. But Ebenezer of Boffington did not like that. So he turned into a ghost and haunts the woods, looking for the buried treasure himself. He screams and howls a lot. Did you not hear the screams and howls on your way here?
A ghost looking for the treasure he buried in his lifetime? How very plausible. Thank you for this entertaining story. Oh, I'm fine for now.
Yes, I'm still holding. My name is Jay Blues. Mr. Scrumptley, our connection keeps breaking up. We've been interrupted again. I wasn't finished singing my song for my girlfriend, Flora Boffington. Boffy, if you can hear me, I'm sorry for what I've done. Won't you please come back to me? Hello, Mr. Scrumptley. Are you there? Disconnected again. Dash that rain. Good evening. Are you in the mood for a song? I'm earning my room and board here by entertaining the guests with a bit of music.
I'd like to hear a song.
Now that's what I like to hear. Now this is my latest song. I wrote it for my girlfriend, Flora Boffington. We had a bit of a fight and she left me, but I really hope that she'll come back. Adorned in reds and pearls.
What's this?
You give your stunning
Hey, you there.
dress a twirl.
Leave your fingers away from our key. That's the key to our staff-only
You've
area.
gone and changed up my whole world, but not for better this time. And since you've gone and packed your things, it's only blues that this bird sings. I'm hoping that our future brings us back together.
I beg your pardon? Is someone on the loo? They're dangerous. I need the baseball bat. Well, if you say so. Most interesting. I'm sorry, I can't understand a word you're saying. I'd better take that sock out of your mouth.
Ah, what a clout. Are you a professional baseball player?
I'm afraid not. I'm Pig Detective.
Well, I'm pleased to meet you just the same. I'm Alfred Buzzard, from Legal Eagles in Big Town. Lawyer by profession. I'm here to help the new Lady Boffington to find her footing, now that the old lord has passed away. I must go to Boffington Hall directly. They must be expecting me with great impatience.
Who's the guy on the loo? You know, the one I just hit over the head with a baseball bat.
The guy on the loo? I haven't the faintest idea who he is. But he is some sort of shady criminal, that's for sure. He was lying in wait for me. I'm ashamed to say he overpowered me quite easily the second I walked into this room.
What peculiar behavior. Do you know what he wanted to achieve with that?
I am completely in the dark. He didn't take any of my valuables, and he never said a word. My best guess is someone wanted to confine me to this room for sinister reasons that are not yet known.
Yes, but... Well, your partner, Mr. Blind, has certainly not been doing a good job in your absence.
My partner, Mr. Blind? There is no Mr. Blind working for Legal Eagles in Big Town. You have been imposed upon. Who is this Mr. Blind of yours? I need to speak to Lady Boffington immediately.
Yes, but... Why are you staying at the inn and not at Boffington Hall like the other guests?
Why am I staying at this inn? I love this inn. They make the best schnitzel with noodles and the most crisp apple strudels. I always stay here when I have work to do at Boffington Hall.
Aren't you afraid of the ghost? The ghost that haunts Vinevald Woods?
The ghost? I'm not afraid of no ghost. But now I really must go to Boffington Hall directly. The heiress of the estate is bound to be completely helpless without me. Good day to you, sir.
Welcome to the Walpedinger Inn, sir. How can I help you?
What is a Walpoltinger?
A Walpedinger is a mythical beast that inhabits the forest back in our home country. This inn used to be called Ye Old Inn, but we renamed it when the ghost started to haunt Wienerwald Woods.
You rent out rooms here, I assume?
Yeah, we rent rooms to all travelers and strangers, but all the rooms are taken at the moment.
I see. Can you tell me anything about your guest?
Mr. Alfred Buzzard is a lawyer from Big Town. He's here to help the new Lady Boffington manage her estate. He has our only single room. We have not seen him since his arrival. He is probably busy with paperwork.
I see. Can you tell me anything about your guest?
Billy the Beak. I'm afraid I don't know much about him. He's just passing through. Didn't say where from, didn't say where to. Funny name for a bird. The Beak.
I see. Can you tell me anything about your guest?
Dr. Krawinkel is not a real doctor. He is some sort of scientist from Boffington. He and the old Lord Boffington were great friends. They went on an expedition to the Ice Bowl together several years ago. The poor doctor is very distracted about his friend's death. He has gone out for a walk earlier this evening and has not returned yet.
I see. Can you tell me anything about your guest?
That sparkly bird over there is Jay Blues. He says he's going to be a famous musician someday. For now, he is poor. We're giving him room and board, and in exchange, he entertains our guests. You can ask him for a song if you like.
I see. Can you tell me anything about your guest? Well, thank you for your patience.
Oh, Buffy. Oh, Buffy. Oh, Buffy. Oh, Buffy. Oh, Buffy. Buffy, 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 Buffy.
Good evening. Are you in the mood for a song? I'm earning my room and board here by entertaining the guests with a bit of music.
I'm not in the most musical mood right now.
Well, that's all fine and dandy, but if you ever are, I'll be here all night.
The way back is always much shorter because you know where you're going.
If you're just joining us, you're listening to Vinavolt AM Radio. I'm your host, Chester Fount Scrumply, bringing you the very best and latest. Here's
Ah, Mr. Pig Detective, back so soon. Have you found the way to the inn in Wienerwald Woods?
I have indeed.
How excellent, and you can show me where it is. Together we will get to the bottom of this story. My readers so love to get the male perspective on things. So this is the old inn in the woods. How very rustic. Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. But I suppose it is romantic. Now, where do you suppose we should start looking for the secret treasure?
I already investigated the whole place, except for the staff area. The door is locked and they guard the key very well. It's on a hook behind the counter there.
Excellent work, Mr. Pig Detective. Here's the plan. I distract the badgers, you try to steal the key. Oh, Mr. Badger! May I have a word? Nosy Parker's my name. I'm a journalist for Modern Mouse magazine. This is a very charming inn you've got here, Mr. Badger. I suppose it's very old. Do you have an extensive basement under the house?
The basement? Oh, no, there is no basement here at the Wolpertinger Inn. Hey, you there. Leave your fingers away from our key. That's the key to our staff-only area.
This is a very charming inn you've got here, Mr. Badger. I suppose it's very old. Do you have an extensive basement under the house?
The basement? Oh, no, there is no basement here at the Wolpertinger Inn.
No basement? But where are the staff quarters, if not in the basement?
Oh, our staff quarters are upstairs.
Upstairs? That must be very cozy.
Success! I managed to steal the key. That makes me a very bad role model for children, by the way.
That is a sacrifice you have to be prepared to make in the interest of journalistic investigation. Now, Mr. Badger over there told me that the inn doesn't have a basement. He must be lying, because my source assures me there are extensive dungeons below this house. This is where we must go.
But the staff quarters are upstairs. Are you telling me I stole a key and ruined my reputation for nothing?
If the staff area is upstairs, upstairs you must go. Sometimes going up is the way down.
Oh, Bobby. Oh, Bobby.
What's this?
These are some seriously ghostly sounds. The ghostometer is going off the charts. It seems louder over here for some reason.
What's this?
Oh, Bobby.
Mr. Pig Detective, have you found the secret dungeon yet?
I'm still working on it.
Oh, Bobby. Oh, Bobby.
What's this? Miss Parker, I found it! I found the secret dungeon!
Why, Mr. Pig Detective, you are a very proficient investigator. You've found the secret dungeon after all.
Miss Parker, why are we breaking into the basement of the inn?
Well, welcome to the world of investigative journalism, Mr. Pig Detective. You see, about a week ago, I was working at my office at Modern Mouse magazine.
1 week earlier.
I was working at my office at Modern Mouse magazine when I received a mysterious parcel in the mail. The parcel contained a little worn notebook filled with peculiar drawings and clues. An anonymous letter accompanying this artifact explained that there was a dungeon under the Wolpertinger Inn in Wienerwald Woods. This dungeon, the letter claimed, was built over 100 years ago by the legendary Lord Ebenezer of Boffington. It was built to guard a mythical treasure that countless fortune hunters have been seeking in vain ever since. My journalistic nature was instantly stirred, and I decided to make haste to Wienerwald Woods in order to explore this dungeon and discover the treasure. To disguise my true intention, for nobody likes a gold digger, I telephoned Boffington Hall and pretended to be interested in writing a character profile of its owner. Imagine my surprise when I found the new Lady Boffington to be a rather interesting person. My in-depth interview with her will interest the readers of Modern Mouse magazine no end. But I digress. Long story short, I was invited to stay at Boffington Hall. So here we are.
So we're looking for buried treasure.
Well, not exactly buried treasure. Well-guarded treasure, more likely. According to this book, the way to the treasure is paved with booby traps and challenges that we need to overcome. Riddles to solve, tasks to do, that kind of thing. I hope I can count on you for this as well, Mr. Pig Detective. We've come this far together, it would be a shame to give up now.
I'm with you, Miss Parker. I enjoy a good treasure hunt.
Spoken like a true detective. I expected no less of you.
What is this?
Mr. Pig Detective, what have you found?
There is kind of a mural here of a very big crown and a basin filled with precious stones. I think maybe they can be attached to the crown in some way.
Ah, yes, that would be the crown riddle. I have a clue to its solution right here. It is a poem too, which I think is very fitting. Listen closely. The band is adorned with rubies, and sapphires stud the arch. The cross is encrusted with aquamarines, while rose quartz the flowers enlarge. A very big citrine makes up the ball, and pearls go everywhere else. Remember to not use black opals at all, not even when everything fails.
Am I supposed to know which gemstone is which in this scenario? And what the individual parts of a crown are called?
I'm sure you'll figure it out, Mr. Pig Detective. How hard can it be? They're just rocks.
What's this?
What is it, Mr. Pig Detective?
Seems to be some kind of scales. I can see weights on one side, and there are empty trays on the other side. And over here, things to place on them. Gold coins and cups and rings and apples and things.
Oh yes, I have these items here in my book too. I think you're supposed to do some kind of math with them. Always count your treasure well. Know what it is worth. Judge the weights right, all is swell. But misjudge and go to hell. Mr. Pig Detective, I sure hope you're good at maths. Apparently the different items have a different worth assigned to them. There are a couple of arithmetical problems in here that might help you with figuring it all out. Only don't ask me for help. I'm no good at numbers. I'm a word bird.
What is this?
What are we looking at, Mr. Pig Detective?
Seems to be some kind of musical instrument. It has keys in any case.
Ah, the bonophone. There are 3 different tunes written down here. I'm sure one of them will do the trick if played correctly. Oh, music, sweet music, you open the door to everyone's hearts and to treasure galore. But only the right song will open the way. The wrong will destroy you? Oh no, and oy vey.
The wrong song will destroy me? Better play the right one then. But which song is the right one?
Maybe there's some sort of clue in the title. But finding the right song is only half the job. You also have to try not to play too many wrong notes.
I've never played a bonophone in my life. But like every great detective, I play the violin quite well. Ah!
Mr. Pig Detective, did you just destroy the bridge?
I guess I had one too many pastries for dinner. Interesting. This must be the treasure we've been seeking. Now all the danger and all the effort will finally pay off. Oh, it's empty.
It's empty. The treasure chest is empty. What happened to the treasure of Ebenezer von Boffington?
The treasure is not here, and you shouldn't be here either. I told you the inn hasn't got a basement. Why didn't you believe me?
I am an investigative journalist, Mr. Badger. I don't believe what people tell me. I only believe in facts. We are looking for the treasure of Ebenezer von Boffington.
Are you? Well, the fact is there is no treasure. Not anymore, at least. There used to be one, over 100 years ago. Ezar von Boffington hid it, and he hired my grand badger Golo to guard it. For payment, of course. The Badger family has been guarding the treasure ever since, taking the payment from this very treasure chest every year. But now, there is no treasure left to pay us, and no treasure left to guard either, so all we have is a basement full of booby traps.
What a fascinating story. My readers at Modern Mouse magazine would love to hear everything about it.
Come back upstairs to the inn and I will answer all your questions. A story in a magazine might be good for business.
Hang on, is that why you sent me the notebook to lure me to Wienerwald Woods and investigate the whole story? Because you wanted the publicity?
Oh no, you knew it was us that sent you the notebook the whole time?
Well, I am an investigative journalist. And there were paw marks all over the envelope and on the pages of the notebook, too. Badger paw marks, smelling faintly of apple strudel.
We have been discovered. Please do not judge us. We need more customers, or we will have to close the inn, and then what would become of this dungeon our family has been working so hard to keep in mint conditions? It's not cheap keeping a dungeon going, all those lamps burning all days, costing a lot of fuel.
So it's the badgers who are keeping all the lamps burning down here. I've been wondering about that.
I'm opening the door for you over there. You will find yourself in Boffington Hall. Please tell nobody there about us and the dungeon.
Thank you! What's this? What's this? Seems I can't open this without a key. What do we have here? What's this? Well, what is this? What's this? Most interesting. What's this? Most interesting. What is this? Most interesting. What is this? It's not really a clue, is it? What do we have here? It's not really a clue, is it? What is this? Most interesting. What is this? What's this?
If you're just joining us, you're listening to Vina Vault AM Radio. I'm your host, Chester Fat.
Aha, my trusted colleague. How is the case going? The current state of affairs is this. Lady Boffington's lawyer, Mr. Robert M. Blind, faked a ghost to scam her ladyship into selling Boffington Hall. Then he mysteriously disappeared. We don't know whether he has fled or was abducted. Do you have any new information for me?
Enormous progress has been made. Mr. Happy and I discovered Mr. Blind in an abandoned hut in the woods. He is in a bad way, though, half delirious and possibly mauled by wild beasts. We, deposited him in Mr. Froglump's care. Mr. Froglump is the gamekeeper of the Boffington estate.
I know who Mr. Froglump is. Capital fellow. If that Mr. Blind is in his care, nothing can go wrong.